Anyway, you got a really great brother, Sasuke. He's a better shinobi than me. Oh, well, looks like Hashirama said it himself. I don't even have to do the video now, I guess. Itachi bolos the God of Shinobi. Well, that's all. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to have a great, fantastic, wonderful... Okay, I can't even do it. I'm not even going to do that fake joke anymore. Let's actually talk about Hashirama versus Itachi. Here's the thing. If I use any version of Itachi, except for a hypothetical healthy Itachi, who also has like all the time and experience that he had as an adult, rather than just like, you know, the front that was fresh out of the village after killing his whole clan, then Hashirama bodies him, absolutely body bags him. He doesn't have any of the feats to directly scale to any character. Sure, he's confirmed stronger than a Sasuke who killed a weakened Orochimaru. He's confirmed stronger than that Sasuke, as everyone says after the fight. Oh nah, if Itachi really wanted to whoop you, Sasuke, Itachi really could have whooped you. But the thing is, yeah, that's not the same case for someone like Hashirama, you know, someone who fought Madara plus the full 9 tails, which had a Susanoo on top of it. Yeah, Hashirama kind of does that one in. Let's talk about a healthy Sasuke versus a healthy, alive Hashirama. So what does Itachi really have here? Well, he doesn't have power. Let's not for one. Look at this thing. Look at it. Do you see this? You and I are both witnessing the same Shinsu Senju, right? Like we both see this several thousand hands. These several thousand hands are going to put so many hands on Itachi and his Susanoo that you won't even be able to see. You can't even show it on the channel. It's disgusting to look at. But the thing that Itachi does have over Hashirama is hacks, in a sense. So if Itachi, with his late war arc scaling, because he should scale to EMS Sasuke, and EMS Sasuke, you know, he should be somewhere around those, maybe not exactly on those Hashirama Madara tiers, but he should be close enough. And Itachi was really the one who was saving Sasuke that entire time during the fight against Kabuto. Itachi was basically carrying that battle, backpacking it for Sasuke, so he should reasonably scale higher than an EMS Sasuke. That means he should be around those Edo Hashirama, Edo Madara tiers. The thing is, if we're using an alive Hashirama, he should still be faster than Itachi. And also, Hashirama does have a lot of experience against Uchihas, so I don't think any of Itachi's typical tricks as an Uchiha, such as the quick genjutsu, look in the eyes, all the stuff like that, I don't think it's going to work as well against someone like Hashirama, whose entire young life, and of course his majority of his adult life, was based around fighting Uchihas, fighting the Sharingan itself. He had to work around it one way or another. That's why he has the Bring of Darkness technique at all, to stop out Uchihas from using those eyes against them, considering how dangerous they are. So if we go with that, I think even a healthy Itachi doesn't get necessarily body, he doesn't get mopped, because I do believe that there are ways that Itachi can win. If he can get Hashirama looking in the eyes, because Hashirama has no idea who he is, he just sees, oh, there's this guy in a Red Cloud's cloak. Wonder what he's doing here. If he treats him like Kakazu, like Hashirama's in a, oh, I'll spare you kind of mood, I think Itachi can do just fine. In fact, if he lands Tsukuyomi, that may just be a GG for Hashirama, since while we know he's able to fight off Madara's genjutsu, we've never seen him like actively break out of it. We just know he has preventions to it and ways to avoid it, and probably has technical ways to work around the eyes of the Sharingan. But if he doesn't know anything about Itachi just rolls up on the battlefield one day, somehow, and then Hashirama pulls up and is like, yo, who are you? And he ends up getting genjutsu immediately, then I think Hashirama could hold that L. But every other context where Hashirama has any idea of who Itachi is, or not literally just any idea of who Itachi is, he's not going to look Itachi in the eyes. The Susanoo isn't going to save Itachi. Itachi's just in a very, very, very bad scenario when it comes to fighting someone like a alive Hashirama, or even an Edo Hashirama, mainly because of the scale and power of Hashirama in comparison to someone like Itachi. Because while Itachi may have the speed to keep up with Hashirama in a healthy state, he doesn't necessarily have anything outside of his genjutsu that can exactly finish Hashirama. And the thing is, if he gets the genjutsu into the Tosuke blade, good work, it's done. But the likelihood of that happening with a Hashirama who's taking Itachi seriously is just very, very low. I'm not exactly sure what Itachi would do, because if Deep Forest Emergence happens, then suddenly Itachi's dealing with an entirely new terrain. If Hashirama pops out wood clones that were so good that only Madara himself could see the difference between them until he literally couldn't, then I think that Itachi's also in trouble. If Hashirama uses any of his jutsu, not to talk of the golem, not to talk of the several thousand hands, I think Itachi's catching several thousand hands. Like, what do you really want Itachi to do in that scenario? He's fast, yes. He has good hacks, yes. The Tosuke blade's very, very good, yes. The Susanoo is fantastic, yes. But Hashirama didn't body just the regular Susanoo. He didn't even body the armored Susanoo. He bodied the perfect Susanoo. He fought it and like dwarfed it. Take one look at this image here. look at the several thousand hands next to the Nine Tails. The perfect Susanoo is about comparable to the Biju in size. And, well, look at it next to this thing. Like, if Hashirama pulls this out, Itachi's lost. I don't know. Like, Itachi, this is very much a battle where if Itachi does not land the opening hit with a Genjutsu, he's lost. He's lost the fight. I don't know what to say in Itachi's favor. That's it. That's all I got. Like, what do you want Itachi to do? Die? Because that's all that's going to happen. Because you may be like, well, Yadamir should be able to block out all of Hashirama's attacks. And yes, I do agree. If Hashirama just goes on full idiot mode and just keeps slamming his numerous attacks into the gigantic shield in front of the Susanoo, then yeah, Itachi's gonna outlast him for a while until Hashirama's days worth of stamina kicks in. I mean, a day's worth. I know he didn't fight for multiple days. Days worth of stamina kicks in and Itachi runs out. Because even a healthy Itachi, while he doesn't have as many stamina problems, he's not superhuman like Hashirama and Madara were. Like, my man does have limits. He's probably not fighting and maintaining the Susanoo, an extremely painful state to maintain for hours upon hours upon hours on end. However, there is actually a win condition for Itachi. Like I said, the Tsukuyomi, win condition. Genjutsu into Totsuka Blade, if he can do it quick enough, win condition. That's all if Hashirama doesn't dodge it. And especially if Hashirama's in Sage mode, then Itachi can just hold the L. Like, I'll hand it to him myself. It's not a problem. But if Itachi is Edo, then while, that's the thing, Hashirama could restrain Itachi with the Sealing Gates and then hit him with a Chakra Dragon and just leave him there, since that should suppress Itachi's chakra and also just leave him locked in place. So the battle would technically be won, and that's about it. Like, an Edo Hashirama really has, not an Edo Hashirama, alive or Edo Hashirama has no real way to deal with an Edo Itachi, because he needs to seal Itachi to actually defeat him. And Hashirama doesn't do that. Like, he literally said, okay, I trapped Madara, let's get someone over here who can actually seal him. So that's the one place where Hashirama is lacking. But in terms of power, in terms of physicality, probably in terms of speed as well, considering while EMS Sasuke is fast, he's probably not alive Hashirama and alive Madara fast. So I think that he's doing good speed-wise for every other category, like power, durability, longevity, technique diversity. Actually, no, Itachi has very disciplined and very varied technique, but he doesn't have the techniques necessary to take down someone like Hashirama, if you know what I'm saying. Like, what do you want that tiny Susanoo to do other than pop open like a cracked egg once it's hit too hard? What do you want? Anything along the lines of I don't know, maybe a gigantic, massive, like, what defense do you think Itachi has against 1,000 hands? What defense do you think Itachi has against the Wood Golem? What defense do you think Itachi has against Deep Forest Emergence other than moving around? Like, Itachi would play the longest of dodging games, but at that point, if he's alive, Hashirama will just outlast him. If he's Edo, then Hashirama may still just hold him down. And then, this is a weird thing. Like, I did this video as a thinking topic. I was literally just going through random inverse battles for Naruto, because I was like, I haven't done one in a while, might as well talk about it. And I stumbled across this statement from Hashirama, and I'm like, oh yeah, I hope people don't actually believe it. Then I looked it up, and people do believe that. I mean, that's the thing, I also agree, like, there are very, very, very specific win conditions. Like, if Totsuka Blade somehow lands without Genjutsu, very unlikely, by the way, but if it lands, that's a win condition. If Tsukuyomi lands, that's a win condition, but those are two big ifs, especially when Hashirama can just flex and just bam, Itachi's dead. Like, I can see the fight opening up. That's the thing. I guess I understand why people were saying it's a 50-50, because if Hashirama opens up, no idea who Itachi is, and Itachi manages to, like, he has the Sharingan suppressed and everything, and suddenly Itachi goes full Tsukuyomi, blasts Hashirama right in the eye with a Tsukuyomi before Hashirama can even realize what's going on. Bam, he's in a Tsukuyomi, and if Itachi really needs to, he can either age him extremely or go put Hashirama through an entire lifespan like he did with Izumi in the light novels, or he could just, like, hold him there and Totsuka Blade him, if that's the necessity, if Hashirama's gonna look at Uchiha in the eyes, if he knows it's his Uchiha. But I'm afraid if Hashirama knows anything about Itachi, then he's not gonna look Itachi directly in the eyes, so that removes the free Tsukuyomi win, and then I don't think the Totsuka Blade is gonna be an option. If Hashirama is taking Itachi remotely seriously, I could definitely see the battle opening up where, like, bam, Sage Mode, bam, 1,000 hands, bam, Itachi dead. I don't really see, like, this is, I'll admit I was gonna make this an April Fool's video, but I actually wanted to think about it, because I was thinking, like, does Hashirama really have a counter to Genjutsu, one that you can like argue away? Like with Madara, you can just say he has a higher level dojutsu, and you can argue the semantics of whether those higher levels of dojutsu will be able to see through the lower level dojutsu. However, could you say the same thing for Hashirama? I don't think so. But what do you guys think? Like, do you think there's some way outside of instant Tsukuyomi GG, instant Tosca Blade, or Genjutsu in the Tosca Blade GG? Do you think there's any other way Itachi can win? Because I don't think so. That's the thing, especially if I go with this, and like I said, any sick Itachi, I don't think there's any chance. I think young Itachi versus a sick Itachi, or any of those Itachis that aren't healthy and topped off with all their war scaling for speed, I don't think they're in a pretty good standing. What do you guys think? Please tell me in the comment section down below. This is a very interesting fight, at least in my mind, because of their parallels as both older brothers who worry for their younger brothers and their village. I like the thematic themes behind this fight, but I think in terms of actuality, the fight's a little a bit unfair, if you will. But that's my own thoughts. Tell me what your thoughts are. Please hit me up with those in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is That Guy with the Pencil, writing off.